guys. Welcome back to the Love Train Nation. This is Bobby D coming to you live. We had an audio issue. I don't know what happened, uh, but I pray the Lord that you guys can hear me fine. Okay? And I apologize, but I had to reset my system and everything. But now we're okay. To the day, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Love Train Nation. I'm Bobby D. We're talking about the real cost, not the fake cost, but the real cost of aging abroad or living abroad as an older person or as a retired person. What expats like me and you and wannabes out there need to know. If you can hear me, say, I can hear you. I can hear you. Just give me a little notice there, if you will, when you log in and tell me you can hear me. Because I think I solved the problem by rebooting the system. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let's move on. So today we're going to talk about, I got several things I want to talk to you about. I'm going to run it down real quick because I think I lost a few persons on the other broadcast. But hold on, let me get this straight. Uh, all of my notes are gone. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? All right, so this is a thumbnail for today: hidden costs. Okay, hidden costs. Hidden costs are costs that you don't know about until you get here, and then you say, "What the heck? What the?" Just like this guy right here. He has no clue. He has no clue. He thought he would come to the Philippines and live off of $500 a month with Social Security, $800 a month, and then he realized that electricity was just enormous. What's up, sincerely? Yeah, woo woo. Whoop diddy whoop whoop woo. Good to see you, my dear. So long time no see, but I see you now. BT and Betty's Philippines Adventure. So good to see you. Thank you for letting me know you hear me. Cause I'm so glad. We had a huge problem just a moment ago. I don't know what happened. My audio, the guys said they couldn't hear me, and so I had to reset my system, replug everything, and everything's just shit looks like it's good now. So we're talking about the hidden costs, man. Hidden costs. I lost a lot of my notes when I rebooted my system, so I'm just going to talk and let you know what is what. Good to have you guys with me. Talking about hidden costs. People think that going to the Philippines and living in the Philippines is cheap, and sometimes it is, depending on what your the activity or what you're trying to do. But most of the time, we miss you too, sincerely. Most of the time, my guys, it costs you. You ever heard the term, if you got to pay to play? Yeah, you got to have some money. A lot of people come to the Philippines just with a little bit of money. Well, I got $5,000. Bobby, that's gonna last me a lifetime. I said, what? Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? $5,000 and they're gonna live like a king. Come, what planet Earth is he on? That's what I want to know. You cannot live like a king off of $5,000 for five, not even a month. Sometimes, depending on where you are. You know, you say, "Bobby, I'm gonna live in the province." So what? Province, you're gonna need more than $5,000 to live a lifetime like a king. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's grow up and stop blowing up. We have to be realistic in our mentality when we're talking about living abroad. We're not talking about living in the USA. A lot of you think, well, USA, you got to have a lot of money, but Philippines, you don't need. Stop it, mister. You need money in this world. Wherever you go, you need Monte Honte to live like a king or to live like a queen or live just like a regular person. You need to have money, okay? Money talks and all that other stuff. You know what I'm talking about? It walks. And so let's talk. Let's be realistic. I'm gonna run you down on some of these things real quick, and I'm gonna make this quick because I know I should have done it right last time, but I'm gonna run through this so y'all won't bear with me too long. Bear with me here. Uh, all my notes are gone. What the heck's going on here? Still a few little blemishes going on, but we're gonna get through this. Healthcare costs. We're going to talk about healthcare costs. Healthcare costs, wherever you go in this world, ladies and gentlemen, you got to have some kind of health because you never know when your health might fail you. And as you get older, right? We're talking about the aging as you live abroad, right? And when you get older, you age, your health sometimes what declines, right? It goes down. Look at Biden, President Biden. He got older and his health went down on him. Look at Trump. Trump got older and his health going down. Trump was in a meeting. President Trump was in a meeting with Elon Musk a few days ago, and he went to sleep. You believe me? Trump went to sleep, and Elon Musk had to carry out the meeting. He age when you age, things change. You should age gracefully and not distastefully and not disgracefully. Okay, so it's important. Yes, age is okay, but it's how you handle yourself that counts. Okay, stop trying to live like you're a youngster and realize that you're getting older and you have to do something. He should have took him some coffee, or stood up, but he just went to sleep. And Elon Musk had to take over the meeting. So it's important that as we age, whether we're in the Philippines, USA, I don't care where you're at, China, that you understand that there's some extra steps that you got to take to live right, talk right, walk right, and be right. Okay, right, tight, long, and strong. Health care costs in the Philippines can be enormous. You have public health care, you have private insurance, and you have out of pocket insurance. Your private insurance can cost you something. It's going to cost you more than public insurance. The insurance here in the Philippines is called Phil Health, and it's pretty if they keep going up, they went up several times. We got it here. At least you got it. I got it. But I thank goodness I got my VA health insurance now as well. I don't have to pay anything. I have to pay a small co-pay for my VA health insurance. That's about it. But wherever you go in this world, you need health insurance. You never know when emergencies will happen, and it will cost you. You have to be in a hospital. You never know. So have insurance wherever you go, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're going abroad. Out-of-pocket expenses. Now, let me put it like this. A lot of people come here and say, Bobby, they say the health care there is cheap, and I'm going to finance my own health care. Anything happens to me, I'll just pay out of my pocket. Listen to me. If you pay out of your pocket, you'll be broke. You won't have no savings, nothing. What happens if you have a major medical emergency where you have to be hospitalized? Okay? What happens? All your savings are going to go under. I can see if you have like a small issue and you just hurt your wrist or something, you're going to get somebody to check it. That may be out of pocket expense, maybe you're all right with that. But major medical activities or things that happen medically, you need major insurance, okay? And out of pocket is not going to do it. You have to have some insurance. So get that in your head, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the Love Train Nation jury, and those of you that are aging gracefully and want to go abroad, you need to know insurance is a mandatory preference. You have to have. There's no if and or buts about it. And if you don't have insurance, ladies and gentlemen, and you're trying to go overseas, you are making a problem for yourself. Okay, serious long-term issue. All right, so health insurance is a must, and out of pocket. Don't want to do that. You don't want to be playing. You skating on thin ice when you say, "Well, I'm gonna take care of all my medical insurance myself." What happens if you have a major medical problem? You're going to be broke, busted, and disgusted. In the Philippines, excuse me. In the Philippines, most hospitals, not all of them, will not even take you if you have no money, no cash, because cash is still king here in the Philippines. They won't even take you if you have no cash or if you have no credit card or if you don't have any valid, because they won't even take all health insurance. They won't even take it. It has to be a valid health insurance. And some hospitals here in the Philippines have even stopped taking Phil Health because Phil Health does not pay on a regular basis. They backed up on paying over several billions of pesos paying these hospitals, so they stopped taking them. So you have to have a valid health insurance. You have to have cash monte, or you have to have public health insurance, private health insurance. But you got to have something. I would not tell you to go to the hospital in the Philippines and you don't have any health insurance or you don't have any cash. If you have a credit card, that they will take that, but it has to be active and good. Okay. All right. So what happens if you have a heart attack in the Philippines? Huh? You in trouble. You know. I had a breakdown of the cost, everything, all of that stuff just wiped out. My goodness. But anyway, it is not cheap if you have a heart attack in the Philippines. Okay, it is not cheap. You have limited options and increased costs when you're dealing with an emergency. You have limited time to compare prices and find cheaper times. Alternatively, international flights. I say you have to have an international flight out of the U.S. for emergencies. That stuff costs. You have to plan in advance and plan appropriately. Okay, if you don't, you're going to suffer the consequences of your mismanagement, of the misplanning. When you plan to fail, when you fail to plan, you plan to what? Fail. So I'm here to tell you, if you're planning to come to the Philippines and live as an older individual, as an aging person, you have to know this stuff. Okay, It's nothing to play with. I know a guy right now. I'm not gonna call a name, but he came to the Philippines. He's still here. He's been here as long as about a few years yet, less than I've been here, and I've been here. This is going into my 11th year, guys. 11. Can you believe that? 11 years. I've been here a decade out of my life. Some of it's been good, some of it's been bad, and some of it's been dang gone ugly. But overall, it's been good overall. Okay. But this guy came and he has diabetes. He didn't know it. He had a heart problem now, and he only has $800 a month to live off. Can you believe that? And he's got to get testing. He's got to get medication, and he's going around begging people to help him. I said, man, I would give you something, but I'm buying into your mismanagement. He said, I mean, I like you. You are right, but I can't do that. You should have planned. And I know y'all thinking I'm cruel, but no, that's just it. It's his mismanagement of his life, and he has to deal with the consequences of the decisions. I hate to be mean, but that's just the way it is. What happens if 15? If I help him one time, and I got 5 other people coming down holding their hands out? It's not going to work for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, the Love Train Nation, please, ma'am, please, sir, get your finances together and make sure you have some health insurance. Here's a breakdown. If you have a heart attack in the Philippines, okay, hold on. I can't see the top of it. I'm gonna bring this down over a little bit. Okay. So, breakdown of heart attack treatment costs in the Philippines. Medical services is the estimated cost, and the estimated cost in pesos and estimated cost in dollars. Emergency room and initial care I'm gonna just give you the dollar part of it. You can see the pesos, $270 to $900. Cardiac enzyme lab test, $90 to $270. Angiogram test, $720 to $2,700. Angioplasty, $18,000. ICU per day, $500 to $1,440. Medication and follow-up, $180 to $900. Total potential cost, $2,000 to $18,000. Make you want to holler, right? I know, man. I hear you hollering over here. But yeah, man, it's madness when you add this stuff up, and people thinking it's cheap over here. It's not cheap. I mean, you might think that way, but some things are dirt cheap, but most things are not. And if you don't know it, you're gonna be in trouble. Okay, so I'm here to tell you the 411 so you can get it together and not be dumb. Okay, let's go. Next one. We talk about the visas, visa and legal fees. You have to have visa applications. You have to have an annual renewal, and you have to have proof of income. As you can see, sometimes the certain governments require you, if you have a retirement visa, to have a certain money in the bank. You have to have $10,000 on a retirement visa, SRRV, Special Retirement Resident Visa. In the Philippines, you have to have $10,000 in the bank. You have to show proof of that. Some countries have less, some countries have more. Then you have to pay an annual renewal fee and a visa application. It costs to come to the Philippines and retire and live here on retirement. It really does. And a lot of people don't take those costs into consideration at all. And so they wind up broke, busted, and disgusted. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to see you go out like that. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury of the Love Train Nation, please, ma'am, please, sir, understand your legal fees. Excuse me. Understand your visa and legal fees. All right, let's continue on with this. Then you have tourist visa. Ambassadors of foreign countries who served and retired in the Philippines, current former ambassadors, member of international organizations, have to be at least 50 years old, rather, and you have to pay $1,500. This is for to get your retirement visa. You have to pay $1,500. That's if you're an ambassador. How many ambassadors does the Philippines have? Not many, right? So they have more regular persons than ambassadors. So the regular person, you have to be, first of all, 50 years old. And the required deposit is $10,000. Make you want to holler. Yeah, $10,000, man. That's a lot of money, baby. $10,000. Plus you have to have a monthly pension of $800 for a single applicant. Okay? And $1,000 for a couple. Okay? So you got to know this stuff, man. You got to know this stuff. And if you don't know it, you're going to pay the price for not knowing. Okay? So understand, It is very, very important that you know your legal fees for your visas and your applications, etc. Let's see what else we got. I already did that. Continue the visa fees. I did that already. Let's see. Okay. This is the cost of the S special residence visa. As you can see, they have that for 800 a month pension, 10,000 deposit. There's no renewal. There's a one-time lifetime renewal fee, and you have to have insurance fees. Okay, you have to have insurance. That's what the Philippines require. Thailand has a visa. It's called an OA visa. The income requirement for them is 2,200 or a deposit of 26,000. Okay, and annual renewal is required, and then they have to have a medical certificate insurance of health insurance. Malaysia has the MM2H visa, $2,300 a month, $3,500 deposit, and you renew that every 5 years, and you have to show proof of liquid assets. Indonesia has a retirement visa. ID is 15. You have the income requirement is $1,500 a month. There's no deposit. There is an annual renewal, and you need a local sponsor. Okay, so somebody in that country has to sponsor you to be there. Let me move this over up and above. Okay, Mexico. There's a temporary resident visa there. You have to have an income requirement of $2,500 a month. No deposits required, and you renew it every 4 years. Uh, there's a visa fee, and a local bank account is required. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, every country has their own rules, but they have rules. And if you don't know the rules, how can you abide by the rules? Okay, and that's what happens. A lot of people come in here, they go to temporary visa, and they overstay, and they wind up having to pay overstay penalties. And some of them never pay the overstay penalties, and they're still in the Philippines or whatever foreign country, and they wind up getting deported. Whenever you get deported, you're not going to come back into that country. Understand that. You say, well, I got to see, I got a baby there, and I got, yeah, right. Cry that sad sack story to somebody else because you paid the price for your ignorance, and you out, okay, and you're not coming back. All right, let's see what else we got. My notes are gone, y'all, so I'm just winging it. Okay, here we go. Let me get this one right here. How to avoid costly visa mistakes. Stay updated on visa policies, rules and changes. You check the official websites and you plan for renewals. You set reminders in your phone and deadlines. You have a backup plan. If a country changes visa rules, be ready to relocate. Meet financial requirements. That's one of the things you have to have when you're a expat in a foreign country, ladies. A backup plan. Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, right on down to Z if you have to. Okay, you have to be prepared because things change, especially in these foreign countries, in at the blink of an eye. Okay, we have a situation here in the Philippines now where things change with a former foreign leader. President Duterte, former President Duterte, has been arrested by the ICC. Things like this is an example. Things change immediately. Who would have thought? First time ever a leader of the Philippines was arrested by the ICC. That's a big deal here. People are buzzing. It's on the news constantly, man. So that's just an example of how things change. Okay. Now, what else affects people? Inflation. Inflation, man. When you plan for your retirement in any foreign country, you gotta understand that inflation will affect your monte honte, your pocketbook. Okay. Yeah. When inflation goes up, your money goes down. The value of your money, the product that you can buy with your money, goes down. So over time, your retirement, whatever that fund is going to go down. For an example, years ago when I first started dating Lisa D, back in 2011, something like that. Anyway, back in then, I remember the visa, the exchange rate was $39 for one peso for 39. You get $39 for 39 pesos rather for $1. Okay, now the exchange rate is going up, so the value of your money, U.S. dollars, going up, but eventually it could go down, especially with Trump in office and doing all these crazy stuff he's doing. So you got to watch that stuff. Inflation right now in the Philippines, as of February 5th, the inflation rate is 2.1%. Okay, and it is down from 2.9% in January, and it's actually U.S. is about the same thing. U.S. is around 3%, a little bit higher than the Philippines. So inflation, you have to take that into consideration when you plan to live in a foreign country. The inflation rate, as it goes up, your money goes down. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what else. What else? What else? Another chart here showing you the inflation rate. For February 2023, it was 8.6%. In January 2024, it was 2.8%. And if I can move this out the way. And so this is from the Philippine Statistics Authority. So you know I'm just not pulling stuff out of the air. Okay. I'm legit. I'm too legit to quit too. Okay, man. Let's go. All right. So what else we got? Emergencies. Okay. Emergency travel costs, limited option. I told you that before. Travel costs from Ho Chi Minh to Sydney. You can see all the red stuff. It's high, man. This stuff is high when you're overseas and you have to have emergency travel. You have to have money. I tell everybody you should have at least $10,000 US dollars saved away, tucked away, where nobody's messing with it. You're not messing, you're not pulling with it. We're saving. So if something happens, you can buy a ticket, emergency ticket, whatever, and get the heck on where you need to go. It could be a medical emergency. It could be a death emergency, and one of your family passed away, and you have no money to you need money. Okay, I always have a medical emergency plan. I always have money stacked away, so if something comes down, I'm ready to go. And Lisa D knows that too. And we both, I have enough for both of us. If we gotta go, we gotta go. You have to have planning, pre-planning, and be prepared to do what you got to do, because nobody's gonna sit down and say, well, Johnny don't have 10,000. I'm gonna give him 10. There ain't nobody gonna pull. Who gonna pull? You gonna pull 10,000 out of your pocket for somebody? I thought so. Okay, you ain't even have to answer that one. Because the H to the no. No, you're not gonna do that. So stop being naive, ladies and gentlemen, about moving abroad. I think what happens to a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, is that they want to move abroad and love the idea of moving abroad, but they don't realize the all of the things that are necessary for them to plan and prepare to get and to stay abroad. What happens, and I think a lot of the vloggers, a lot of the bloggers out here are doing a disservice to a lot of people. They are telling them, well, you're this nice over here. I'm living like a king over 500. That's a big lie. Living like a king over $500? Come on, man. Who does that? Nobody does that. You cannot live like a king off of $500. I don't care if you live in the province. I live in the province now, and it ain't no $500. So vloggers out there, you vloggers that's telling that lie, stop the lie. Stop the madness. You got to have money, and you got to have adequate funds to live here in the Philippines, whether it's in the city where the women are pretty, or whether it's in the province where everything ain't so nice. Okay, we live in a farm right now, and it's cheaper. I will admit, ladies and gentlemen, it is cheaper to live in the province. We live off approximately 1/3 of what we lived on in the city. Okay, we still have our house in the city. We got to rent it out, so we're getting income from that. But it's cheaper in the province, but it still costs money. Okay, so let's be real, like steel, when we talk about what it costs to live in the Philippines and what it costs to live in the city versus what it costs to live in the province. And it costs wherever country you go, whatever city you go in abroad, it's going to cost you. Okay, so let's get that straight. If you don't have a secure income to meet their needs and abroad, you are going to be one sad puppy. Okay, man. Yeah, you're gonna be like crying, like whining like a puppy because you can't do it. You will be begging for food. Mister, can you spare a peso? And I'm not trying to be facetious, but that's the way it is. You see people, a lot of foreigners out there on the streets in Cebu City right now, begging for money. Okay, because they done messed up. Okay, so I don't want to see you go out like that. I'm bringing this to you, and I apologize. Some of my information is messed up. It lost it when I had to reboot the system. A lot of my stuff just went out. I can't pull it back, but I'm bringing it best I can. All right, so this right here, guys. This is about for you guys out there that have family in the Philippines. Okay, or you have a girlfriend in the Philippines, you need to know it costs money for them to live. You say, well, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm sending $20 a month. You be all right. Stop the lie, mister. Did y'all hear that, man? They gonna send her $20 a month, $30, $50. You can't do nothing with that, mister. You got to understand things cost, even though it's the The Philippines is a smaller country, economy, a smaller nation, and everything. Things still cost. Okay, factors affecting costs are location, family size, composition, lifestyle choices, medical expenses, education, and transportation. When you send, and if you sending money abroad to your lady, make sure you're not shady and the money ain't shady. Local currency, when sending money, use local currency to avoid exchange rate. Don't send her dollars and needs pesos. Send her a peso so she won't have to go to exchange place and exchange the money. Then she loses money to fees for exchanging the money. Okay, be realistic. Let's see what else. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Here's some expensive. This is the breakdown. Here's a simple and easy to understand table supporting a Filipina and her family in Medellin, Cebu. I just picked that out of the top of my head, right? I live in Medellin. Housing, estimated cost per month, 5,000 to 8,000. That's rent for a modest home, and it'd be lower if you own, because you may not even have any. We don't have housing expenses where we live now, because we own this house. Paid for it cash. I bought this house for Lisa D. I paid for her. This She had the land. Her dad gave her the land. She said, "I want a house." My dad just gave me the land. I said, "Okay." I paid for it to be built from the bottom up. So we paid cash for this house years ago. And the house is, we were like 5 times. The house is like 11 years old now, and it's yeah, about 11 years old. Anyway, and it's worth way more than what we paid for. Food and groceries, 8,000, 12,000. Basic needs higher if eating out. Utilities, 2,500 to 4,000. Transportation, 1,500 to 3,000 pesos. Education, 3,000 to 6,000. Healthcare, 2,000. And these prices are lower. It says total estimated monthly cost 20,000 to 26,000. That's just for the problems. And that, I think these prices are lower. This is what I got from Chat GPT. But I think these prices are actually lower. We pay more than that for living out here. I'm telling you that. This is what we pay is about a third of what we paid in the city. Okay, so it estimates around $350 to $460 you want to send to your lady. That's just a bare bottom minimum. So I understand money, it makes the world go round. Not your feelings, not your wannabe, not the way you want it, not the way you like it to be, what where you think it should be, but actual cold cash makes the world go round, especially for your lady in the province or in the city, and she will definitely appreciate you for it. All right, guys, I had a lot more to bring to you, but all my charts, all my graphs, when I had to reboot the system, vanished. Okay, I'm on a new system called Restream, so I'm probably going to do this all over again, but I'll have my charts and graphs, but I won't do it tomorrow. I got another thing coming tomorrow. Anyway, who we got here? We got running with me today. Who running riding the train with Bobby D and Lisa D, One Nation Under Group? B T Betty Phillips. Betty's Philippines. Yeah, hey, I've been here. I've been a member of your channel, Betty, for a long time. I like your show. I think you're based in the USA, and you do a lot of Philippine shows. You are a Filipina, so good to hear from you. Sincerely, one of our regulars. We hadn't seen you and heard from you in so long, and we've been off the air for a while. I backed off. I've been doing a lot of recorded videos, not a lot of live stream. So I'm getting back on a live stream. I've done a few live streams here and there, but Lisa D and I have had a major transition. We moved from Cebu City, and I'm a city guy, so it to the province country, and it was a major change for me, major transition, and it took me a long time to adjust, but I have adjusted now. And to be honest with you guys, I like the province life better than the city life. It's more relaxed out here. Very little traffic. The people are more down to earth, more sincere, more real. Like steel. You know what I'm saying? And so I just like the province more better. Maybe as time goes on, I might not like it as much. But when I compare our life in the Philippine city, Cebu City, as it compares to here, everything is streamlined and simple. We downsized. Our house in Cebu City is 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and it's huge. Okay, we love it there. We got a gated community. We rented it out. We got a nice couple there now. They got two kids in college. They're doing well, but we downsized to a 2 bedroom, 1 bath house, farmhouse, and we live on a farm. And I had animals every day, goats, chickens, you name it. And so I have never been living on a farm in my life, man. So it's been a big change for me. The first 3 months we got here, we let our family, these mom and dad, live here for 10 years. And I would like to say they kept the house out, but they didn't. They look at they put it. And so we had to redo the whole house, man. I was like, wow. But it's worth it. We got it the way we wanted. Everything's clean and nice and spanked and brand new. So we're loving it here. But anyway, that's what I wanted to let you guys know. Thank you so much for showing up today, Miss Betty and Sincerely M. Miss you too, Sincerely M. Uh, tell my buddy, he said, I wish money didn't invent it. I wish how I wish money did not invent it. Okay, money was not invented. Okay, but yeah, tell my guy Murphy Hayes, I said hi. We back on the scene like a sex machine. Okay, man. Tell him I said hi. But anyway, guys, it's been nice. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I promise the next live stream will be much better. I had an audio issue. I don't know what happened. Everything was plugged up, going fine, and then all of a sudden people saying they can't hear it. Okay, I apologize to the max for that, but technical difficulties sometimes cannot be prevented, and then so I didn't let it stop me. I rebooted the system, reconnected everything, and boom, we got it done. Okay, so nice seeing you again. Sincerely, nice seeing you, Miss Betty. So good to see you. So good to have you on the show with me tonight. Thank you so much, you guys. You all take care. I'll see you on